Are you addicted to saving money? Because there are so many positives to this addiction. It builds that financial security for yourself. You can have less stress with the unexpected things that happen in your life. It enables possibilities such as early retirement or even full financial independence. It promotes long-term goal setting. It increases your ability to help others by so much, and supports minimalism and intentional living. It also boosts confidence and your level of security and the possibilities that open up. And did I forget? It's so fun. It's so fun hunting for all the great deals. It's really rewarding to anticipate and be mindful and to wait for the big purchases in your life. You can have a lot of fun with DIY and exploring your creative side, with being innovative, with getting your needs met in other ways. And watching your savings grow is a level of addiction very similar to the opposite of that, which is spending money. People get that dopamine hit with that, but watching your savings grow can also give you that same dopamine hit. It can be deeply satisfying. And if you dig deep enough, there is so many fun and interesting frugal communities out there, especially in the YouTube world, that I am still discovering now. And the sense of accomplishment that you get when you can be really good at this. And there's so many free, joyful events that are available in your community if you keep your eyes open. Most things in life are low cost or free, and that includes a lot of entertainment that would work well for you. But there are downsides. So what are the downsides? If you don't if you're not mindful and can contain this addiction, spending guilt can creep up even if the spending is necessary. And you don't want to miss out on life experiences just because you want to save money. So if you have done that, then that's definitely a red flag for you. You also risk of hoarding behavior because you never know when you might need it and you don't want to spend the money to buy it again. And you can have strained relationships with others because some people have extreme levels of frugality that is not even close to the norm. And so it can be hard for someone else to live with that and for you to be understood and for both needs to be met. If, for example, you're in a relationship with someone who is not as frugal and someone who is extremely frugal. And deal hunting can be time consuming. So you have to remember that time is your biggest resource. And so saving money, like to drive across town for the cheapest gas, time, it was not worth it for the time, but also, you actually didn't save any money if you had to drive all the way over there to save a few cents on the gas. So, it can become obsessive and anxiety inducing. And so that's too far. That's not something that we want to see happen. And you may undervalue true quality and longevity of things that you probably should buy. And so there's a difference between, once you save your money, you should use it intentionally. And if you are skipping out on opportunities and experiences and, social events just because you have to pay for it, that's not good. And if you are constantly restraining yourself from your desires and wants, that can lead to burnout. So we got to find a balance. Budgeting for joyful and practical and mindful spending is important. We want to prioritize experiences over possessions. And we should probably continue to adjust goals. If at the end of the year you've saved way more than you had even hoped for, think of some ways to give back or some ways to treat yourself. I know that's hard to, it's even hard for me. Like if you were to give me $1,000 right now to spend on myself, I wouldn't even know what to do. I wouldn't even know what to do with it other than a trip of some kind. What would I spend that money on? I don't know. I don't really have many desires and wants for things. So with frugality, not a big fan of the word. Someone please give me a better word than frugal. But with being frugal, you want it to be empowering, not limiting. You want to curate items that are of good value. And ultimately, it's good to be proud of the resourcefulness and creativity that being a frugal person provides you. And so hopefully there can be a lot of gratitude and contentment because you do practice that level of self-discipline and patience. And hopefully it also gives you a lot of resiliency and adaptability and just inspiring others to think differently. Because I think we live in a consumer culture that, that I think we need to explore the other side of that. And you got to remember there's a time and season for saving money and there's a time and season for spending money. There is an accumulation mode that you want to go through. But after a certain point, after you have a level of steady, reliable income, after your funds have entered that beautiful stage of compounding, you should think of ways to spend intentionally. And frugality can become a form of self-worth, both positive and negative. You don't want your identity completely tied to one extreme entirely, but also, on the other hand, if you enjoy it and it brings you passion and joy in life, then that's a good thing. So yeah, just like with emotional spending being such a bad thing, emotional saving can also be a negative addiction because they both hit on that dopamine. And so you need to balance both extremes. And I think saving money is often praised, but it's rarely examined. So it's important to understand, what are your motivations for saving? Does it come from a negative place or a more positive place? But ultimately, those extreme savers have that counterculture, quiet rebellion against the general consumerism culture that we are seeing. And so I just want to see more of this. I encountered a YouTube page recently where this person made being frugal so fun. And I just would love to see more of that. So that's why I'm making the video today. I just want us to normalize some alternative ways of being. Some people might say that I am extreme in how I live my life, but I have so much fun with it. So I have to say that this all comes from a very positive place for me.